What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to Wednesday night's transfer news roundup. Good news! Liverpool have agreed a deal for a midfielder. I'm going to take you through the details in a couple of moments' time and let you guys know. I don't think it's going to be the last one. I think there's going to be another one coming in the next few days as well. Do drop a like on the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And of course, as you can see in the top corner, we are closing in on the magical 200,000 subscribers. We're only 1,500 away. So if you can hit that subscribe button, it'd be much appreciated. Before I get stuck into this deal, and it is a very intriguing deal for lots of reasons, I want to give a shout out to our sponsors of tonight's video. Oosh, the home of giveaways, whether it be cars, cash, tech, holidays, or those all-important football club packages. Our friends at oosh.com have got you covered. If you scan that QR code on the screen now, that will bring you to the Oosh website where you can get 10% off any of the draws using our discount code AA10. Once again, that's 10% off any of the draws using our code AA10. They do anything from cash deals, holidays, phones, tech, as I mentioned, football club packages. Oosh have got you covered. They've been great supporters of us, and they're going to be sending two of you guys to Anfield this season absolutely free. Stay tuned. Right, Liverpool have got the here we go from Fabrizio, and we've got the David Ornstein bomb, and we've got everything else that you want when you think a transfer is going to happen. I can even tell you that the dude's plane has apparently landed as well. Liverpool have agreed a fee of about 18 million euro with Stuttgart for Waturu Endo, who is a former Japanese captain, I believe, Stuttgart's captain, and he's a 30-year-old midfielder. But don't let that fool you. A lot of people are getting frustrated going, this is a joke of a signing, this is an Arthur Melo 2.0. It isn't. And I've got to be honest, I've learned a lot tonight. On this stream, I was being filled in by people who followed this lad's journey and know a lot more about him than I do. So let me fill you in on what we know so far. Not only is this man extremely proficient in the central defensive midfield role, he can play left-sided centre-back, he can play right-back, he can play left-back. His stats are unreal. His injury track record is pretty much non-existent. And of course, George Schmadtke would have run the rule over him, with him being in the Bundesliga. And I understand it, and I like it. I like the signing. Nothing wrong with adding some experience. Nothing wrong with it whatsoever. But I do hear you, and I am with you. It needs to be followed up with the likes of a Doucoure or Palhinha, Florentino Luis, somebody of that stature. And I believe it will. But I think this is a brilliant signing. I do. Nothing wrong with a bit of versatility after losing out on James Milner, Fabinho, Jordan Henderson. A lot of experience has gone there. And this guy can fill in multiple positions. And I think we should welcome him to Liverpool, get behind him. He worked very hard to try and make sure this move happened. It's a dream for him to come and play in the Premier League. There's interviews going back as far as 2021 where he spoke about that and wanting to come play in the Champions League. We can't get him to the Champions League just yet, but hopefully next season. So I'm over the moon with it. I am. I'm delighted. I think it's a very good, astute piece of business that hasn't broken the bank. So give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm sure the details will emerge over the next day or two of length of contract, wages, all that kind of stuff. Medical's already booked. So yeah, good news, right? So far, so good? Good. But we need to do more. And what this question, or what this signing does potentially question is, are we going to get a centre-back? Because you might have remembered I said a moment ago, he can play at left-sided centre-back, he can play a full-back, and maybe we aren't going to sign a centre-back. I don't know is the honest answer. I have a thought process, and it is this. Maybe Jurgen Klopp has a target in mind at centre-back that just isn't available in this window. We've seen him do it before with Van Dijk. We've seen him wait to get the player he wants. Colwill, I think if available, we would have made a move, but he wasn't, and Chelsea signed him to a new deal. So with this guy being able to play a full-back and Joe Matip still being at the club, maybe Klopp feels like we have enough cover. Obviously, we've got Sepp van den Berg, who's on loan as well. And I think just give him a chance. I love an underdog story, by the way. And this guy really wants to come and play. And we always say as Liverpool fans, we want a player who's willing to run through a brick wall for us. And this guy looks like he's going to do it. So welcome to the football club. But I want to move on to other stories as well, because it has been a day filled with conjecture and false dawns. Lots of talk about Sophie and Amrabat, and lots of different viewpoints on this one. So Sky and Fabrizio Romano and a couple of other journalists have said that Liverpool have reached out to Amrabat, but through intermediaries, meaning no direct contact, I believe, with the club or his agent. Lots of the stories seem to be coming from the Italian side. The English-based journalists, some of them have said they don't think it's true. David Lynch has come out and said that he doesn't believe that he is a target of Liverpool at this moment and that Liverpool aren't looking to rekindle their interest. I truly don't know. But I feel like it's something coming from his side trying to get a move, because West Ham put in a bid for him. He didn't want to go to West Ham. He wanted to go a little bit higher up in level than that. Manchester United were strongly interested in him, and apparently he was open to that. Atletico were a club he was linked with. Nothing happening there. So for me, I don't think it's going to be Amrabat. I think it's going to come down to one of Palhinha or Doucoure. And if you're signing this gentleman from Stuttgart for, 18 million as a 30-year-old, I would probably say we're looking more likely at Doucoure, because I can't see Liverpool bringing in a 30-year-old and a 28-year-old, and the 28-year-old being 60-odd million. If we hadn't assigned this gentleman, then maybe we bring somebody in. Maybe if Endo isn't coming in, you think, okay, maybe Palhinha, and then give time for Bajcetic to develop. But I think a little more than I think. There seems to be a good smattering of English-based journalists that think Liverpool are going to try and test Crystal Palace's resolve for Doucoure. Some journalists have said Liverpool have already reached out to inquire. I think it was the Daily Mail and maybe the Telegraph, but excuse me if I'm wrong on that, who've said that Liverpool have indeed contacted Crystal Palace to find out the conditions of trying to sign Doucoure. It would be a very astute piece of business. I've seen prices ranging from 50 million to 80 million. Truth is, I think you're probably going to see Liverpool going at the lower valuation. There's been some chatter that maybe he has a release clause. I'm not aware of it, but I'm not saying he doesn't have one. And for me, if he's brought in and you bring in Endo, that's fine. That's the midfield sorted for the time being. Maybe you go in then in January and you bring in Andre. Because remember, Fluminense don't want to lose him until January when their seasons come to an end. We also know that Thiago is going to be leaving the club along with Matip at the end of the season, meaning we'll need to bring in another midfielder anyway. And if you look at the non-homegrown spots, again, if Endo comes in and Doucoure comes in, well, that's us full up with non-homegrown spots. So if you were to bring in somebody, be it Inacio, Gravenberch, anybody else, they'd probably have to be either homegrown or 21 and younger. So right now, I'm happy, but I understand the scepticism from other Liverpool fans who might think this is Arthur Melo 2.0. It isn't. This is, dare I say it, a Moneyball-esque type signing. Looking at somebody whose statistics are pretty good, somebody who has been doing it over a long time, and somebody who can be a bit of a stopgap signing, and we're paying reasonable money. A little bit above what we got for Jordan Henderson, and he's 2 years younger. So all I'm asking is give the dude the benefit of the doubt, and we will see another midfield reinforcement. I'm 99% sure that we will, and I think Doucoure may be the one, but I'd rather Palhinha. That's just my thing. Over to you guys now. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Fair to say, we've often said we love a Liverpool signing that just comes from nowhere. This one absolutely came from nowhere. Nobody had a sniff until late this evening. And now we know that he's already in Liverpool and his medical will be taking place tomorrow. So, over and out from me. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Do drop a like on the video. And again, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And check out oosh.com. Use our code AA10 for 10% off. Much love. Bye-bye.